This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
Let me give you an example of how I can explain it to you. A little bit off the football beaten path, but in basketball. And I was watching it 2 days ago on the Michael Jordan The Last Dance. Did you notice when Michael got like perturbed about the Clyde Drexler comparisons? And I saw that. And remember how I told you I can't explain to young people Shula unless you lived it. Well, I notice how young people nowadays, they live stats completely. I see young writers. They write their entire story based on stats. And Jimmy Johnson had a line called "Stats are for losers," because the stats can be spun any way you want a lot of times. And the stats never really tell you the whole story. Why did this guy score, the kid from Phoenix, when he scored 70 in a game? Well, why did he score 70? Well, that's because everybody was setting him up and the other team wasn't playing any defense and they didn't care. It wasn't because he's great and they were constantly double teaming him, trying to stop him. No. It was a joke of a game. But if you look at the stats and just the stats, you think it was this incredible performance. No, it's a heck of a shooting performance, but not really a great performance, because if you looked at what was going on in the game, you really knew what was going on. The Booker really, just one of those funny games that really don't mean anything, and they made it a joke, basically. Well, Clyde Drexler, back in those days, people were comparing him to Michael and saying, well, they're kind of the same player. And again, you looked at their shooting percentages, 50 to 49. Three-pointer, 32 to 318. Not much of a difference. Both were mediocre three-point shooters. MJ would hit a three when you needed it. It was something that he really wanted to do a lot. Steals, MJ 2.5, Clyde 2. Assists, 5.3 MJ, Clyde 5.6. Rebounds, 6.2 Jordan, 6.1 Clyde. The difference in the points, 30 and 20. That's the only difference. And again, stats are deceiving. I could tell you, well, Clyde had to kind of share with a whole team, whereas MJ was the man, so he probably took more shots and was able to score more. But you look at the stats, and they're kind of, pretty close. And a young person would look at that and say, well, Clyde Drexler, if you put him on Jordan's team, they win all those championships. And I tell you that if you put Jordan on those teams, you switch Clyde and MJ, I don't know if you win one. Maybe one. Maybe one. I don't know if Pippen is nearly as good next to Clyde as he is next to Michael. I don't know if Pippen reaches his pinnacle and becomes one of the 50 greatest players of all time, because he made it thanks to Michael. I don't care what anybody tells me, because I witnessed it, how raw he was when he got in there. And so if anybody would tell me, hey, Clyde and MJ are kind of the same player, I would laugh at you. I would laugh at you. Deep down inside, I want to slap you silly, because you're saying something so blasphemous, so stupid, so ignorant, that there's no way that you would even say that if you watched both players. I don't care what the stats tell you. They weren't even close. And when Michael was bothered by it, it's because he knew they weren't even close. So I just thought of that, and it's a lot of, and I hate to play the, hey, I'm the old man, get off my lawn routine and all that. And I know I do it often. Every once in a while I'll come up, especially with music. I'll do it a lot. But these are moments in sports that I can't explain to people that did not live it. And you won't be able to understand what I'm talking about even by going to YouTube. Okay? You just won't. There's no way you'll get what I'm talking about even by YouTube. You had to live it. And Shula, you had to live it. The good thing is for you young people out there, you're going to get that feeling again now. It's coming, man. It's coming because now I'm watching a group of individuals that they know how to build a football team. You know? And they understand what it takes to win because they're building it from the inside out. And to me, that's where you get really, really smart because that's how you set your team up for a long time to come. And you keep drafting and you keep developing from inside out. And that's what you're going to see with this team. And it makes a lot of sense. By the way, you can reach out to us in a couple of ways. One, on the accidentlawfirm.com text line, 786-322-1105. You can reach out to us here on the YouTube chat board. As always, ready to go for you guys. We've got the super chat going on, and we thank all of you out there for always keeping us, in your thoughts and supporting us in any way you can with subscribing to the YouTube channel, sharing the YouTube link with your friends, send it to them on a text, post it on one of your social media pages or all your social media pages, giving us the thumbs up when you're watching, however it is, man. Sharing on our super chat, doesn't matter, many ways, and we appreciate it all. When you visit our sponsors, please make sure you mention us. Speaking of that, tomorrow we're going to be at VSS West Pines at 12397 Pembroke Road. Let's do a little roll call here. Good morning, Bill.
Yeah, good morning, man. Good morning, everybody. The only thing you forgot, how they used to call Clyde the Glide the Jordan of the West.
Right, yeah.
Which, like you pointed out.
Right.
Only in statistics.
Right, just like poor
what he brought to the table in a game. So, just the way they carried themselves. Just the way Jordan would get pissed off. Clyde was so easygoing and laid back and soft-spoken.
Yeah. He was Pete Sampras in a basketball
uniform. He would
uniform.
never get in anybody's face.
Yeah. No, it's no, not even. It's like Harold Miner. We labeled the poor kid Baby Jordan, and only because he could dunk, but he had and bald, and he put his tongue out. But outside of that, he had no other comparisons to Jordan because we're always looking for the next Jordan. We always want to label the next Jordan. Soon, in a couple of years, hey, who's the next Tom Brady? That's just the way it's going to be.